Welcome to Daily Art Day number 2882. Still working on Severus Snape. Took me a second to get that. And I tell you what, doing these videos when you're in front of it is very difficult. So I have much respect for everyone that does these type of videos. Just getting the lighting set up, getting the darn camera to focus and the audio good. I mean, it's crazy, all the stuff that kind of goes into this. And then trying to still be creative and get a message across at that point. It's not super easy. So any of those really awesome videos you see on YouTube that are produced really well, tons of mad respect for everyone there. But anyway, working on Severus Snape still today. I feel wonderful today, had a really good night of sleep, which is super important for me and everybody. And I had a really awesome realization while I was drawing Snape today. You can check out my website for the images on this. You'll get better images than you can see on this video. But what you'll see for the images today is a lot of kind of cross-hatching random marks in his face, like slashes and gashes all over his face. And I don't really, in most instances when I'm working with charcoal and things, I don't enjoy very precise cross-hatching. It seems too mechanical to me. I like things to be more emotional, even in the act of creating. So all my lines try to go with the emotion that I have for the drawing. And while I was doing these lines today, I was thinking of the Harry Potter books, and one part in particular is a particular spell that was created by Severus Snape called Sectum Sempra. Now, for all Harry Potter nerds out there, I don't even call myself a Harry Potter nerd, even though I know this. For all those Harry Potter nerds out there, they know exactly what it is. But basically the spell is a dark spell that you would cast onto a person and it would slash them all over, like tons of slashes. So this is what I'm doing with Snape, and I liked the similarity between that kind of spell, all these multiple cuts, you know, death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing, as similar to emotional cuts on our psyche when we go through our life. Severus Snape is definitely dealing with a lot of emotional pain here, a lot of emotional trauma, because he's connected with Voldemort and his love for Lily Potter. So, and he can't show any of that on his mask. So while I'm creating, while I'm actually building this drawing with charcoal, whatever, I'm thinking, how can I make this charcoal into an emotional reaction? How can I make this emotion? And connect it with the story, connect it with what I'm feeling, connect it with what the character's probably feeling. And I felt that this was just a really amazingly close connection with that. So Sectum Sempra for our soul, for our emotions. We've all felt it, this kind of thing. And hopefully I can get that to come across within Snape and his portrait, that kind of thing. But there's a really important point here as far as art practice is concerned. And this is the idea of motive and motivation. Now you can go on YouTube, you can go anywhere. Heck, I have like 30 books at least. There's hundreds of books out there for how to create a drawing, how to paint something, how to use charcoal, how to do anything. The how is there all over the place. But most of the questions that I see students ask, and I've asked myself at the beginning of my art journey, is what and why. Specifically the why. And we have to find our why. And I want to talk about motive, and I want to talk about The Art Spirit by Robert Henri, because he talks a lot about motive and how important it is for your artwork, basically. Without motive, you don't have motivation. Now, the definition between the two, motivation is the psychological process referring to your behavior. You have motivation. You're motivated. But this is where it's important. Motive is the concrete cause of that behavior. So if you want to be motivated, if you want to have motivation for your artwork, have motive. In a very specific part, page 22 of the Art Spirit, in fact, Robert Henri is talking about the process of creating a picture and how detailed oriented it is. And he goes through all these things that you have to know just to create anything. And close to the end of it, he says this: do not tell me that you, as students, will first learn how to draw and then afterwards attend to all this. He's talking about you're going to spend 20-some years just figuring out the technique, and then afterwards figure out what you're actually going to use it for. It's backwards. That's the cart before the horse. We need to put motive first. And he says, it is only through such motives that you can learn to draw. This kind of thought is drawing. The hand must obey the spirit. With motive, you will become clairvoyant of means, will seize and command them. Without motive, you will wabble about. Wabbling means you don't know what you're doing. So that connects wonderfully with my motive here in this picture. My wife gave me the subject for the Phantom Fitness drawings. Check out her website at zoofit.net for the reason why we're doing these. It's a very amazing, awesome reason. And I connect motive with it. I delve into the character. I get emotionally involved in it. I figure out what psychologically they're dealing with. And I try to use technique to display that. That's my motive. Through my motive, I have extreme motivation. So what's your motive for art? What ideas do you have? What feelings do you want to express? Start there and then figure out how to draw. Until next video, I hope you keep creating.